Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sri Kasila Patel Samaj LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League Season 2, organized by Sri Kasila Patel Samaj Youth League. Getting ready for thrilling cricket and match sponsorship and vibrant community spirit. We thank all our sponsors, title sponsors, LAXMANBHAI Construction Limited, live media streaming partners, EPCO Quarries Limited and Gulf Timber Hardware, silver sponsors, South Sykes Farm, Apex Steel and Apex Piping, bronze sponsor, Broadwalk Mall and Woodways Kenya Limited, fuel partners, Silver Star Manufacturers Limited and Hari Om Titans, man of the match partner, Juja Blocks Limited, Higher Sixes, Shajanand Creative Limited, our dot ball partners, MK Builders, Kapil Timber, Alpha Aluminium and BBC Auto. So we have a new initiative this time around. We have dot ball awards. Any ball, dot ball being bowled by any bowler in a particular game, the Sri Kasila Patel Samaj will plant a tree. So we have the first game that is between the Purple Cap and the Nairobi Capitals. We have both the captains alongside with the committee members and the sponsors ready for the toss. Pela. આવ્યો વાંધો નથી આવી જાઓ કોણ કોલ કરેલું
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very good campaigner. But I think equally up for the challenge is Ankit Hashani, young boy from the Kachileva team. He's bowling in right on the money. First 3 balls right on the money. No room to the batsman, not allowing them to free their arms. They know he's up against 2 batsmen who loves room. They like go after the bowling, and in fact it's a blessing in disguise for them to get Rahul. Rahul can be very dangerous, especially in the power play. He could have gotten them a lot of runs.
First over of season 2 of Sirikuchi NB LAXMANBHAI Company Premier League T20s.
But what a shot, beautiful shot, pierced through the covers, right between the point fielder and the covers fielder, and that's a great shot from the batsman. And this is what the crowd is also here for done.
Good crowd on day 1, and I expect this crowd will surge as the tournament goes on. We've seen it before. We saw it in season 1. We had a very good crowd, and I don't see anything different from this. I expect to see a lot of people coming in to watch this tournament.
Well, to be very honest, a lot of appreciation also should go to the youth league of the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj, who's doing a fantastic job. Even last year, the last time they did this tournament was brilliant, and now they're coming up with even better season, and a lot of appreciation should go to the way that they are organizing this tournament. And this is also an opportunity for a lot of good youngsters to showcase their talent, and also to rub shoulders with some of the professionals who are coming in from abroad, and at the same time having some of the most experienced players who we have seen locally over some years.
Yes, you are right. We've seen this tournament. We've seen the teams that have been they're out. Each team, we've seen the players that they have picked for this tournament, and I can tell you the talent that we expect we have. We've got Mohit Jawa. He's just based in India. Came to play in the NPCL League. Luckily came in this tournament. Is there. We've got Maxwell. Is going to see him today, and we've got Aziz also. So we expect a lot of good cricket. And something else, Prasad, that we've noticed also, they've got a number of emerging players, young players that have been given an opportunity. So it's a tournament that we expect to see positive things from it. Into the second over, Pativ Atav bowling to Mohit Jawa. Joseph Onyango having picked a single from the first ball. Mohit ended the first over with a boundary. Swing and miss, dot ball.
He is a good left arm seamer who's actually moving the ball away from the right-handers. It's a very beautiful scenery in this lovely evening. And of course, the conditions are also going to help a little bit of swing. So it'll be very interesting to see this contest between Mohit Jawa and Atharv Patil.
For Atharv Patil, as young as he is, he'll want to prove something. Mohit will want to show that actually I've got that experience that is needed for this kind of a tournament.
Again, a swing and a miss. Look at the swing. Look at the seam, how it's being released. What a beauty of a delivery. It's going away from the right-hander. He is not giving him any space at all to free his arms. And it's actually having a late swing. Going away from the righty. It's a beautiful sight to watch. But it'll be interesting to see 2 dot balls back to back. How is Mohit Jawa going to come back now?
Umpires of the match, we've got Paul Anjere and Shashikant Sangani.
This time the ball coming in, but a little too full, allowing Mohit Jawa to flick off his pads, gets a single, gets off strike, brings in Joseph Onyango.
Yeah, after those 2 dot balls, he needed time maybe to go on the other side and reflect what he needs to do. But kudos to the young man on you. The umpire is Shashikant, And currently on our picture is Polanjere. Stepping out, but the young man managed to change his length and managed to get a dot ball. But you could see Joseph Onyango's intention was to step out and go for the young man.
This is how Jojo plays. As far as we've seen him in the local NPCA cricket as well, he loves to get off, go on with his shots, and he's someone who'd like to step out to a fast bowler and take him on, get the early advantage. But he stepped out slightly early, the fast bowler recognizing it and hitting the deck, making sure that the ball comes in, giving him no room at all.
Big appeal, but I could take that I pitched outside leg stump, and that brings us to the end of over number 2. 7 for the loss of 1 wicket.
I would say this is a good start from the bowling team is concerned.
After 2 overs, Nairobi Capitals on 7 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
It's good to see that Athar, especially the fast bowler, he's using the new ball. He brought 2 balls outside, now he's bringing it in. Very interesting to see, great seam position. That's some amazing fast bowling to see. At the same time, it's also interesting to see how the batsmen are going to approach, because 2 overs down, 7 runs. This is a brilliant track that we have in Kachileva. So I'm sure the batsmen are going to get some runs early, because as it goes, remember the bowling team also has some really good spinners who are going to come into action.
Remember, we only got 4 overs of the power play. No run there.
This young boy, Ankit Ashani, has really impressed me. The way he's bowling, he's making sure that he's not giving any room at all to the batsman. He's keeping it very tight onto the stumps. There's only 1 ball that slightly went away outside the off stump, which was punished by Mohit Java. A nice little cover drive between the point and the cover fielder.
Yeah, it's good to say that he's remained disciplined with his bowling. He's just trying to... He's been consistent with what has worked for him. As you said, how he bowled at the last deliver of the first over. Now he's maintained that line and length. Let the batsman try out something, and but for you, keep it there, and it will pay. Again, and something you picked up with this tournament, Prasad, the more dot balls, any dot ball that's going to be bowled this tournament is going to be at a tree planting. There's one of the programs that this tournament does, the Kachileva do, is that they do a lot of charitable activities, and this year they brought in something.
What a lovely shot! Hit straight down the bowler, and that's 4 runs signaled by the umpire. This is what the crowd is here to see. Brilliant shot. It is going.
And
this year, they brought in
It's more
something.
like a half volley. Mohit Java making no mistake about it. Hit straight past the bowler. 4 runs.
Yes, you are right. He lost his length a little bit, and he was punished. But I just hope he won't panic.
A risky run again. Straight to the short mid-wicket fielder. And he makes no mistake. Takes an eye. Takes a shot at the runner's end. But Mohit Java makes it on time.
Yeah, so I was talking about the tree planting program that they're going to have for every dot ball that you bowl from this tournament. That is a tree. So this over, so far we've got 3 trees, and that's another dot ball there. Jojo trying to swing and misses. Brings us to the end of over number 3. 12 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
I think Jojo was trying to force the shot. He was not there to the ball. He was trying to go across while the ball was actually swinging away. He was not finding the middle of the bat.
Nairobi Capitals on 12 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
3 overs, 12 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. This has been a good start by the bowling team. Purple cap applying pressure, not giving any room to the opposition for them to score, and making sure that they are on the money for their team. But it'll be interesting to see, with 3 overs done, 3 more overs left in power play, how the Nairobi Capital batsmen are going to approach it. Mohit Java looks good. He's been playing some shots. He played a beautiful cover drive. He followed up with a lofted shot over the fielder, over the bowler rather. But Jojo is still trying to get some form, and for the Nairobi Capitals, they would expect Jojo to get his rhythm right very quickly, because he can be a very, very dangerous customer once he gets going.
Yes, you are right. And also we've seen the crowd is surging onto this ground. And I'm sure, as I said earlier, they're expecting to get good cricket. So wide ball there from Patel, sorry. Yeah, so at the moment now, the Purple Cup fans should be happy now. I'm sure if you look at the crowd, I think Purple Cap fans are the one that are really, really enjoying the moment that they're currently witnessing here at the Kachileva ground.
This was the first extra of this match. So the bowlers have been so consistent so far. In comes Athar Patil again. Oh, good shot, lofted shot. What a shot. That's the first 6 of the tournament. What a lovely flick of his pads. The ball was slightly drifting in, and this is exactly what Mohit Java wanted. That was he's very strong on his legs, and the ball come exactly, and he makes no mistakes, punishes it outside, and that's first 6 of the tournament.
Good shot, as you've said. He came in, his second ball, scored the first boundary, first 4, and now he's managed to give us the first 6 of the tournament. As I said, he's an experienced player. He's been around. He's been around this ground. He knows. Another extra, another wide there. And those are 5 wides. Not what to expect after that good start.
I believe the bowler is slightly off his line this over. Now what is he trying to do? He's actually trying to come in for the righty, but unfortunately he's just missing his line. It's going drifting down the leg, which is allowing the batsmen to really free their arms. And Mohit Java is very strong on his legs, as you can see from the first flick shot, which went all the way for a 6. And now it's actually a blessing for him. The next ball, he punishes it for 4.
Another extra. I think it's becoming more and more difficult for the bowler, but I believe with a matter of time he's going to get back his line. He needs to adjust his line, because so far he's given 8 wides in this over, and including also 6 runs. So he's got 5 more balls in this over.
Mohit Java would be looking forward to utilize this over to the fullest, because he knows another wide here. I think this is the bowling team is not going to be very happy. The captain's not going to be very happy with Athar right now.
Is it that he's panicked after that 6?
You see, this is a big tournament. Big tournament, big occasion, a lot of crowd, live television. I'm sure most of the players can get a little intimidated. But I don't think Athar is someone who lacks experience. It's just that he's finding it difficult to find his line. And this is exactly what the batting team wanted right now.
Yeah, good comeback there, Prasada. And we hope that he's going to maintain the same line that he's just bowled this last delivery. Because already, as we said, 9 extras.
The team is going to be happy right now with him coming back and making sure that he's on the money. After a stray of 3 wide balls, each of them going for 2 runs and one of them are going for a boundary, I'm sure it will be the bowler himself is going to be much relieved.
Jojo was on the other side spectating what was happening. Well played, good shot there from Jojo. A midfield, but lucky there is a backup there and only a single.
A rare misfield from the bowling team. Drives it down the ground. Jojo trying to find some form. I think he needs those singles coming so that at least he should be giving the strike to Mohit at this point in time, because Mohit is seeing the ball beautifully well and he's already hit some good shots.
Another wide, not, as we said, not what we expected from him after that good start.
Then as a cricketer, I can tell you, I would not want to be that bowler right now. I would just want to finish my over and get off. Because trust me, I know how it feels. It is very difficult for a bowler, especially if he's not finding the rhythm. I think, in fact, he is actually coming back from a good first over. A good first over where he only went for a 1 boundary, if I'm not mistaken. And from there to come back and to be not able to get his rhythm right, he's going to be feeling the pain. And so will his captain.
Now, what now happens is that what will the captain do now? How are you going to encourage him? That's actually one of the hard things as a captain to do. If I was him at this particular time, maybe change your bowling action.
I think he just needs to calm down. So the captain or some senior player has to walk up to him and tell him, hey, listen, it's all right. You just have 1 more ball left in this over, if I'm not mistaken. No, he still has 3 balls to go.
3 balls.
3 balls. He just needs to calm down, make sure that he's going to hit it right. I think he just needs to calm his nerves.
We've seen players changing their bowling side. Good one. As you said, Jojo is doing what he needs to do at this particular time. They have not gone for the big shots. They have not been carried away by the 6 overs of the power play, having only 2 fielders outside the circle. But now, Jojo knows, I'm batting with an experienced player, somebody who can get the ball off the ground, and he has done that twice. So he's just making sure that he gives him a strike. And that actually is working for them. As much as they're getting those dot balls, Jojo is trying to get those singles.
And that's all he needs to do. Because his partner is seeing the ball very well right now. And he's making sure that he's actually doing the major part of the scoring. And if you really look at the way it has panned out for the batting team, after the first 3 overs, this over has been extremely fruitful. They have actually gotten a lot of runs this over. And because of which, now you see 3.5, they are at 34, which is almost, they're going at 9 runs per over. So whatever was the shortfall in the previous over has been made up by this over.
Is there a chance up in the sky? Lucky. Two runs to bring us to the end of what has been a long over. And after 4 overs, scores 36 for 1.
Looks like early signs.
Is there
of
a
the ball
chance?
stopping a bit. Because Mohit was a little surprised. He was expecting the ball to come to him, but it stopped a
Lucky.
bit. Because of which he could not complete his shot and the ball went up in the air. Lucky enough for him, the fielders were up in the circle, enabling him to get 2 runs. But it will be interesting to see how the ball is going to behave coming overs. Looks like early signs that the ball might stop a bit.
Yes, you are right. Mohit Jawa on 20 from 15. He's faced a lot of balls. Jojo 4 from 8. But Mohit 15 balls, 20 runs. Yeah, that's not bad. already 12 extras.
But it will be interesting to see how
Once again, we welcome everybody to the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League T20 Season 2 2025. This is an amazing initiative by the Kachileva Patel Youth League, bringing such a brilliant tournament in one of the most electrifying atmospheres. What an evening it is. A lot of lights, a lot of people, good cricket. What more can you ask for, Dan?
Nothing more than this. And with that, we've come into the 5th over, being bowled by Jignesh Hirani. A spinner coming in early in the 5th over.
He's been doing it for his team. You would have always seen him coming, doing it during the T20s, doing it for his team in the NPCA league. So I'm sure his captain is actually banking on him to get them a much needed breakthrough. Because after the initial first wicket, Nairobi Capitals have been going strong.
It's a good hit there, but unfortunately, no run. He hit it so harder, but some, I would say, good fielding placement by Captain Aziz Kotaria.
So with the new ball, he flights it up. He was lucky enough. That was a ball to be punished. He was just lucky enough that it was drifting away, and Jojo could not find the middle of the bat. But with this new ball, they would be aiming at a lot of arm balls coming in. He'd be hitting the deck, trying not to allow the batsman to free their arms.
Bore up short. Same ball, different results from a different batter.
He looks a totally different batsman. There's two batsmen right now. The same ball the previous delivery to Jojo. Unfortunately, he could not capitalize on Mohit. He's not going to make those chances. He's going to make sure that he's going to use those chances. And what a lovely shot. Pierced over the extra cover. Brilliant six.
Lost his line completely. Better. That is a much better line. Good comeback. Ball being big by Nilakash Tambe, another player that Purple Cape will be banking on with the both ball and bat. Tambe has been having a very good season with Club Ruaraka Sports Club. Is what a shot there on his knees for another 6. Second in the over, third from his blade.
Big six. He saw the opportunity going for a sweep shot, and one-handed. Reminds me of the Rishabh Pant 6. One-handed 6, just like Rishabh Pant. He knew exactly what the bowler is going to do. He was anticipating it. He went on his knees. Brilliant slog sweep. Huge 6. He is actually in form.
Now, there's a question that maybe I could ask is that what is important at this particular, bowling those extras or being hit for sixes?
That's a tough call. If I was the captain of the bowling team, I would say not both. I would want dot balls. That's what I would expect.
Between those two, what will you go for? The sixes or the wides?
I think as a batting team, as a batsman, I would still take those sixes. It's going to add me more. But having said that, now this looks a brilliant power play already for Nairobi Capitals.
Good comeback, because they looked like they were struggling a bit until this over and the previous over.
Another shot. What a lovely shot. Through the extra covers. Lofted shot. And this is exactly what you're going to be in, ladies and gentlemen. Mohit Java, this man is here to entertain. He wouldn't miss any of his opportunity when he's given bad deliveries. Bad deliveries needs to be punished, and that's exactly what we are seeing here.
Jignesh lost his line completely. Didn't know. He bowled the first ball to Jojo. Was way outside of stump. Blackie, it was a dot ball. Second ball, got a single. But after that, he thought maybe that was a good line, but he didn't.
I don't think so. This is what he was expecting. He was just off his line. because he was giving a lot of room outside the off stump. Yeah, especially with the new ball, it's not going to turn a lot. So you would expect, as a captain, you would expect your bowler to hit the stump, hit the deck. He did that once, but after that, he was lofting the ball up, giving the batsman a lot of room, and Mohi Java welcomed it. He said thank you, and he took it.
Aziz Kotaria, the captain, comes in. A dot ball there.
Jojo is waiting for some room, and this was Azaz Kotaria. The first ball was on the money. The ball coming in.
Usofa has bowled. Usofa has added 2 more trees on the tree planting program that is being undertaken in this tournament.
What a great initiative, isn't it? To
It
be able
is.
to plant trees, support the nature when we are completely affected by the global warming and other menace. I would say this is a great opportunity by the Kachileva Patel Youth League.
Stepping out, but a white ball there being called by umpire Shashikant Sangani.
But at the same time, I'm sure Azaz Kotaria is going to be very happy that the first 2 balls came in and the third one is going away. So with the same action, good seam position, he's able to move the ball both ways. So this would be something that he's going to be very excited about. Jojo still trying to get his first boundary. Remember, once he gets going, he can be a very dangerous customer.
As we get into the last over of the power play, we also need to acknowledge the sponsors of this tournament that have made this tournament a success. Title sponsors, LAXMANBHAI Company Limited, live streaming media partners. Those that are enabling us to do this is EPCO Quarries Limited and Gulf Timber and Hardware Supply Limited. Silver sponsors, South Sox Farms, Apex Steel and Apex Piping. Bronze sponsor, we've got Broadwalk Mall and Woodways Kenya Limited. Fuel partners, Silver Star Manufacturing Limited and Hariom Titans. And
That seems to be a drop catch. An opportunity when begging. I'm sure Azaz is not going to be happy about it. No, not at all. He doesn't look happy. The ball going away. Jojo going for a wild swing. Tough catch. The bowler was actually running towards the ball, but unfortunately he missed it. But that would be a great opportunity. It is these kind of opportunities, when they are taken, that changes the whole complexion of the game done.
you are right. Another wide there. Big appeal. Yeah.
Good collection by the keeper. That ball, if he would have missed, it was definite 4 runs. Good collection. The keeper has been kept busy today with a lot of extras.
So far, I think I'll say the keeper is my man of the match. In Purple Cup uniform, he's done a lot. He's kept on diving, stopping those wide deliveries. Also, I was just talking about sponsors of this event. We've got Man of the Match award being sponsored by Juja Blocks Limited. High Sixes partner, we've got Sahajananda Creative Limited. Dot balls, we've got MK Builders, Kapil Timber, Alpha Aluminium and BBC Auto Parts. And media partners, we've got East FM. Done with this power play. Good over from Captain Azaz Kotaria. And after 6 overs, around 56 for the loss of 1 wicket.
So at the end of the power play, 56 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Nairobi Capitals, after losing the toss, would be very happy to have posted such a very good score at the end of 6 overs. I'd also like to welcome with me my co-commentator Mohit. So Mitesh, sorry, I have Mitesh with us. Mitesh, what do you make of the power play?
Before I discuss about the power play, I think it's important to appreciate the efforts put in by the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj for this absolute spectacle of a tournament. They host it year in, year out. It just brings the love of the game, out loud, and we can see from the combox here, youngsters to the middle-aged and also to the very old, they've come here because of the love of the game. You spoke about the power play. I think it was a fiery start, an early wicket down for the Nairobi Capitals, but like you see, Mohit Java has really put up a show for everyone on match day one. Jojo is struggling. He's trying to find his time right there. Oh, what a turn there from Sachin.
At the beginning of this tournament, I had told them, watch out for this young boy, Sachin Shiani. Amazing young prospect, amazing talent. He's not afraid to toss the ball up. Doesn't matter you bring him in power play or after the power play. Brilliant bowler. He's got a good head above his shoulders. And this is certainly a very good emerging player for us to watch. He had played for us in our franchise in another tournament, and he was one of the best bowlers, I would say, for us. So he's very interesting talent to watch.
And I've always been one of the biggest supporters of this tournament organized by the community. It gives a very good platform to the youngsters. Like you mentioned, Sachin has been performing well at the NPCL League as well, and we are going to see him do well. And as you see, it is about 3 dot balls to start with, and as earlier mentioned, every dot ball, the initiative these guys are, the community is doing is they're going green. So with every dot ball, they're going to be planting a tree. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely. Cricket at its best, at the same time charity at its best. What more can you ask for? That's a great initiative once again by the Kachileva Patel Youth League. And as we speak, we have another, it was supposed to be a dot ball, but the batsman quick running, good running between the wickets. That brings in Mohit back on strike. That's exactly what Jojo should be doing, because he knows that Mohit is a danger man, and the more balls that Mohit plays, it's good for the Nairobi Capitals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Mohit has found his feet very quickly, and like you said, you would want your in-form batsmen to face as maximum deliveries as they can. That brings us to the 7th over, 59 runs for the loss of 1. Mohit Java 39 for the in 26 balls, and Jojo's slightly struggling.
From what we know of him, this is not the Jojo that we know. He's a flamboyant opener who would basically go after the fast bowlers, the spinners, but not to be the case today. But it would be very interesting for him to just move on. The team would expect him to stay longer, because the team would be confident that the more he stays, he should be able to get some good boundaries, and especially considering that he came in as a replacement for one of their invitational players, Yuvraj.
No, absolutely. Look, we all know the capabilities of Joseph. It's just that he now needs to find the timing. He needs to find those gaps that we can see on the pitch. He needs to up his tempo. He can't let the opposition be his go-to point right now. He needs to make sure he makes his time repay back to the team to the best possible way by scoring faster now.
I think the more he stays, I'm sure he's going to fancy himself scoring more runs, because at one side he doesn't have to take any pressure right now, because Mohit is scoring very well. The runs are moving. Big appeal, umpire not interested, and the ball was drifting down the leg. Umpire signals a leg by, and that's one more run added to the total of Nairobi Capitals. That brings Joseph Onyango back on strike again. Few words exchanged between Azaz Kothari and Mohit Java. Interesting to see.
Trying to play some mind games there. Well, anything now to slow down runs from Mohit's side would be welcomed, But yes, from Azad's side, what they would want to do is make sure that Joseph is on strike as much as they can. They've clearly seen that as a strategy for them. Very well played down the ground.
This is sensible cricket from Jojo. He's fondly called as Jojo, Joseph Onyango. The reason being he knows Azaz is scoring well, he's striking it well, he's seeing the ball well. And you have to also understand, it's not easy for players to make a sudden shift because, mind you, most of the cricket in Nairobi is played during the morning conditions. To be able to come back in the evening under the lights, to be able to play freely, the way you play in the morning conditions, it will take a little bit of adjustments, and that's exactly what he will be looking for.
And I think during the opening ceremony, one of the former Kenyan cricketers, Hiren Varaya, mentioned very well that this is the only ground that has got night cricket facility. And I don't think for once we take it for granted. We are absolutely grateful to the whole community to put such a spectacle for us, to ensure that we have day and night cricket. And like you can see, it's a different feel. There's a good vibe out there, good breeze blowing across the ground. And kids are enjoying these good foods out there. Hopefully we'll go soon and have some bites. But other than that, it's been a brilliant start to this tournament, and there's not more that we could have asked for a brilliant start like this.
Absolutely, because that's a great initiative from them, bringing the franchise cricket, franchise mode, at the same time supporting the community, bringing the community together, making sure. In the meanwhile, there's a single run stolen by Mohit Java and Joseph Onyango. They are making sure that the scoreboard is ticking. So as I was saying, Mitesh, it's a great initiative from them. They're bringing everybody under one roof, making sure that they're making the evenings more brighter with the kind of a tournament that they're doing. Brings in the youth, brings in the elders, brings in the kids, and also to be able to see such night cricket flourishing. Because as you see, most part of the world these days, we see a lot of night crickets, T20s, even one-day internationals are played across day and night format. In the meanwhile, Jojo goes, it's a wild swing. Finds the fielder, but make sure that he gets 2 good runs. Or was it an only one?
Yeah, that shows that there's confidence lacking in him. He's found it difficult going. He's trying really hard to connect the middle of the bat. Timing has been an issue. He's a well-experienced player. He knows how to handle himself in the middle. As on the last ball of his second over, slight misfield down there doesn't lead to any additional runs. At the end of the 8th over, 64 for the loss of 1.
That's 8 runs per over. Nairobi Capitals are going to be happy after losing the toss. As the captain Rahul mentioned during the toss, that they would wanted to bowl as first. They would have wanted to bowl first as well. Considering that this is a new wicket, they would not know exactly how this is going to turn up. But having said that, so far it doesn't look like a good toss to lose, because they've actually been scoring there. Mohit Java has been brilliant for them so far. 41 runs from 30 balls. Jojo has been playing a cameo of supporting Mohit. But overall, I don't think it was a bad toss to lose.
Yeah, I think being the first game, both captains would be happy to have lost the toss, just to try and test out how the pitch would play. That stop edge there, will it carry down? Oh, it lands between no man's land. Sachin, once again, heard high praises from you, the leading edge.
See, that's the brilliance of this boy. This is an excellent talent that we are seeing right now. He's not afraid to toss the ball up. Doesn't matter, you want to go after me. But he'll still toss it up. He's got good control, great emerging talent. In the meanwhile, good shot from Mohit Java. That's a brilliant. This is the 3rd boundary, or in fact the 2nd boundary he's hitting over the extra covers. He actually hit even a beautiful 6 over extra cover. And that seems to be one of his favorite areas. But at the same time, it was a good ball. Not a bad delivery at all, but it was just excellent batting from Mohit Java.
What will really up the tempo now is Jojo coming into form and, hitting a few lusty blows. We'll just take that pressure off Mohit Java, to the way he's playing brilliant, He's one shot away from, lighting up his half century. Brilliant fielding there.
Neil Akash Tambe, ready for the occasion. Good fielding at the point. The fielder supporting the bowler very well. It would be interesting to see how Sachin is going to come back. He was hit for a boundary. He came back with a dot ball. A faster one. Arm ball coming into the righty. And he's varying his deliveries each ball.
And I think that's what we've learned from, from cricket all over the world. T20 is just not about, just hitting the ball. It's not hit and see. It's a lot of variations have been now invented by bowlers, and we see a youngster doing the same. He went for a lofted 4 runs earlier on. Now he's come back with 2 good balls. That's top-edged. Loud cry of a catch. Lands once again in the middle. Jojo is really counting on his luck right now.
I'm sure Jojo is going to be very happy, man. Each time he's hit a lofted ball, it's going into a no man's land. So he should consider himself very lucky, but he's trying. But I like the approach. I think the attitude is that he wants to go for it. He knows that the score is moving. Mohit is looking set. So he just wants to support him as well. So the approach is good. The intent is good. In the meanwhile, Mohit takes another single, moves him to 49 from 35 balls. What an innings he's already playing for the Nairobi Capitals. 9 overs, 73. A great start for them, especially considering the first 3 overs was very low. So they would be very happy about this. This is good recovery for them.
10 runs. Mohit Java playing on 4.
Coming in to bowl the 10th over, approaching the half time, of the first innings. Susar Vagani, Mohit Java well set on 49. Tried to cut that away. And that's it. That's Mohit Java. Brilliant knock. Brilliant knock there by Mohit Java.
What a 54, Mohit Java. The whole team standing up and applauding him. He came in when they've lost Rahul very early in the innings, but he made sure that he played all his shot and kept the scoreboard ticking. Brilliant 50. This is the first 50 of the tournament. In the meanwhile, Jojo tries to go for a big heave, misses it, but still make sure that he gets a single.
I think credit to Mohit the way he's handled himself in the middle out there. Like you mentioned, he came in very early. They've lost a wicket in the first over and he's gone all guns blazing.
If you have if you look into his wagon wheel, he's played shots all across the ground. He's hit brilliant lofted drives across extra covers. He's hit past the bowler. He hit 2 brilliant sweep shots, one-handed sweep shot, slog sweep, all the way for a big 6. So he's played across the ground. He's got a lot of shots, and that exactly shows the way he plays the game.
Oh, almost deceived him in flight there. Tusar Vagani. Brilliant over so far from him, just conceding 3 runs. And of course, the dot balls. It's just helping the environment.
I have a feeling Jojo might just decide to let himself lose this over, because he just loves going after the spin bowlers. It would be interesting.
Shots outside the off stump just for a single there.
He's still not finding the middle of the bat.
Halfway through the first innings, 77 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Especially after the flurry of shots during the power play from Mohit Java. Purple Cap are going to be very happy, especially how they've come back, especially in the last 2-3 overs. Because the way they were going, they were almost going at close to 10 runs per over. And now they've pulled them down to 7.7. So the last 3 overs have actually gone towards the bowling side.
No, absolutely. I think players are there having their drinks, some sort of a strategy timeout. They need to rethink on how to slow down Mohit Java's strike rate.
He bowls it to Joseph Onyango, goes towards his back foot and punches the ball, goes to the fielder at extra covers, deep extra cover, and that would be a single and brings Mohit Java back on strike. He's been looking dangerous. It would be interesting to see how he approaches Sachin Shiani after his 50.
Yeah, I think a lot would change. What a gap there. What a shot. So the length early, cut it away for a brilliant. And that clearly shows you the nick Mohit is in right now.
He seems to have measured every angle of this ground. He knows exactly where the fielders are. He knows the gaps. I'm sure he was very good at maths. He's been finding those gaps very well.
Brilliant. I mean, Mohit is really dragging this team. He is really pushing this score big, you know. Oh, so some sort of an appeal there.
This is so good of the organizers. They've actually brought even replays that allows the umpires to take those reviews, especially for run out, catches.
No,
So
I
that's a
think
brilliant initiative.
no, absolutely. Look, we are nothing short of an international setup here, you know. Well, balled there by Sachin. Just a single down. Something's got to give here for Joseph. Something's really need to get going now.
On my side, I'm actually looking at an emerging young talent. You know, the captain. As a captain, you are so happy to pass the ball on to such a young kid who knows exactly what he's doing. You don't need to tell him anything. He knows what he does with the ball.
Nah, that's sliding down the leg.
Arm ball again. He comes off sometimes quicker through the air.
And I mean, it's the way you've talked about him, you know, already 3 overs into this game, he's really bowled well. And that's perhaps the shot that Jojo would have been looking for to find his potential capability. Yes, he's found a boundary, and that would come as a relief to him.
That's a huge relief. But I don't think that would be, Sachin is going to be very happy about it. It looks like a standard catch. In fact, it was a very standard, customary catch dropped by the fielder. Looks like the same fielder who dropped Jojo very early in the innings. and I don't think the fielding team is going to be very happy about it.
Yeah, I think one thing that you mentioned earlier, how the lights come into play now. Players are not used to playing under lights, so this is something they'll have to get used to it.
Yeah, that's a very important observation, Mohit. Sorry, Mitesh. In fact, I'm so consumed by Mohit's batting that I start calling everybody Mohit around me.
That's a very contagious message you passed on. Tushar coming in to bowl his second over. They've sort of controlled the run rate in the last couple of overs, maybe 3 overs at least. That's found the boundary there.
Brilliant batting. He saw the delivery early, he picked the length early, rocks onto his back foot and punches it towards the mid wicket. The ball goes between the mid wicket and the cow corner, and that's a welcome 4 runs to the batting team.
Earlier during the toss, they mentioned that you're looking at around 150, 155. That's swept. Well fielded down. Jojo back on strike. He'll want to carry on from his last shot. He's got nothing to lose here if he just goes on guns blazing. He's seen the ball, he's seen the pitch, how it's behaving. Tossed up, couldn't find the middle of the bat. Well fielded there.
I'm sure the batting team is still going to be happy, although Jojo does not seem to be his usual self. But the fact that Mohit is scoring at a very high, with a very high strike rate, and they're keeping on the wicket ticking.
No, absolutely. Credit to Mohit how he's handled himself out in the middle. But as an opener, I think when you've played 25 odd balls, you have the sense of how the pitch is behaving. There's nothing to lose for him. He needs to just swing his bat hard. Well balled there by Tushar. Well fielded off his own building. That's absolutely brilliant.
Good bowling and displayed some great fielding of his bowling as well. This over Tushar had been on the money, especially after going for a boundary on the first ball. He just come back very well. Good delivery again, giving no room, hitting the wicket. He's been trying to move the ball slightly in. And that's exactly, he's been trying to get the arm ball to come in.
End of 12 overs. Nairobi Capitals on 94 runs to the
Brilliant over there by Tushar, who just considered 11 of his 2 overs.
At the end of 12 overs, score moves on to 94 for the loss of 1 wicket. This is the phase where Nairobi Capitals would like to accelerate. They know they've just lost 1 wicket. They know Mohit is on 62 from 46 balls. Joseph Onyango finding its rhythm right now. So they're definitely going to go after the bowling right now. Good change by the captain. He's bringing in his fast bowler Ankit Ashani back. He had a good starting opening spell where he went only for 10 runs from 2 overs. The captain Ezaz Kotaria bringing his young strike bowler Ankit Ashani, hoping that he does some magic and breaks this partnership.
I was on the ground, I think on Friday, and I saw this kid bowl a few in the nets. He's got a good line, good pace. What a delivery. Oh no! Ankit doesn't seem to be happy there. This seems to be a nick. And Mohit has just got a lifeline.
Did you just give a life to Mohit Java? Was there an edge? It would be very interesting to see. From the response of the bowler, it looks like there was one, but not collected well by the keeper. This is not something that the captain is not going to be very happy about if in fact there was an edge.
I just mentioned, I saw this kid ball in the nets just before the tournament started, and he looks a real deal, you know.
I've actually played him in the league, and I feel he's got a very unique action. Someone Like we've always heard about Jasprit Bumrah, how he's become a great bowler, having a very unique action. We've had the likes of Malinga. So now similarly, Ankit Ashani has a very unique action, and the way he releases the ball, not easy for the batsman to pick him very early unless you're very sure about him. And he's actually doing very well this over.
Yeah, that's a C ball and hit ball by Jojo. Welcome boundary for him. Absolutely brilliant from him, and that is, you could hear it from the com box. The team is really behind him, you know.
He sensed the opportunity, wild swing, not really the way he would have wanted it, but he would still take it. 4 runs.
You know, runs, however they come, count. Anything on the scoreboard will be most welcome by the batting side here.
And
that from the bat of Jojo, we could hear his team support it, you know. Steps out
a little early. The bowler saw him coming, hit a low full toss. He was not able to connect it well and still gets a single. Brings on Mohit Java. It would be very good for the Nairobi Capitals to have Mohit Java on strike, the maximum deliveries, because he looks to hit every single ball that he has faced.
Absolutely. With that single, they put up their 100 on the board. Prasad, where do you think Mohit Java and the Nairobi Capitals will be aiming at right now? Look, they've got 9 wickets in hand. They're going at a decent 7.8 an over.
If I was Nairobi Capitals captain, I would definitely look at 180 runs, because with 7 overs to go after this, and with Mohit Java still being there, 10 runs per over should be very easy for them.
Final ball of the third over from Ankit come up now.
With that, let's welcome Dan back into the action. And from here on, it will be Dan and Mitesh to take forward.
Dan the man, welcome to Combox. Welcome to Combox, mate.
Thank you. While I was away, I saw a lot of action being displayed by Mohit and Jojo. The reason why I'm just talking about the two is that they've been here for the last 12 overs.
It's a brilliant supporting role Jojo has played. Yes, he's got a couple of boundaries in the last couple of his scoring shots. He's slogged that. Oh, once again, Jojo has found a lifeline on the middle. That's just something that's, should be motivating him to go further down this innings.
Yes, you are right. And one thing is that this is the third chance he's getting. And you are able to do this kind of thing. You are able to display freely strokes. You play freely because if you have someone like Mohit with you, because he's getting the runs, he's hitting the balls nicely. So what you are doing is just like, let me even try and make a name. I'm not playing in a shell. So that's what Jojo is doing. Jojo is expressing himself. He knows I'm batting with somebody who was on 64. I've been here for 12 overs. I'm free. We have got 9 wickets in hand, so he's free to play any shots now.
Absolutely, there's nothing to lose for Jojo as well. And I think we just discussed earlier on that the Nairobi Capi. Oh, there's been an appeal there for stumping. Oh, and I think he's been given. Yes, that's the big wicket that Tushar Wagani has accounted for in his third over. Mohit Java for a brilliant knock. 64 runs, stumped in just 49 balls. A welcome relief for the Purple Caps.
Purple Cap, that is actually, as you say, that is a very good relief for them. They've really, these two have put on 100 runs partnership. And Mohit didn't look like he was going to get out anytime soon. But being stumped is, I would say, is unfortunate because Nairobi Capitals would really have wished that he stayed there for long so that the other batters could have played around him. But anyway, that was a very good knock and good bowling from Tushar. There's a display there good decision by the umpire.
And good keeping.
Good keeping, yes, kudos to the wicket keeper. But I'll say with a naked eye,
Oh, well, brilliant. Brilliant decision
naked
there.
eye, I give good call from the umpire. He knew, the umpire knows, there's a TV, there's a third umpire will have come in action. He gave him out, and also good spirit from Mohit. He looked back, he felt, okay, I was out of the crease, outside my line. He got out. Normally,
There would be a bit of words exchanged.
not even once at this particular time, we've got the technology, they will have just referred to the third umpire. But I'll say thank you to Mohit for making the umpires work easier.
Absolutely. And we all know capability of Maxwell, who just come into play for Nairobi Capitals now.
Maxwell just changed teams. He's been here for about 3 years. He was at Ruaraka Sports Club in the first season. Then he joined Canbis. Now this season is back at Ruaraka.
Yes.
And he's been part of this tournament. He played the first tournament, had a very good outing. And there is first runs off his blade for a single. Good shot, good square cut. Picking up a single to put Jojo.
How does Jojo approach the innings now? Because we've seen the departure of Mohit now. How does Jojo, change his tempo, sight of how he's going to approach this innings?
I think what you could do is that he's been there, maybe try a few balls, see what Maxwell can do. Then from there, continue. But I don't expect him to play those kind of shots he was playing earlier this time. We are done with 14 overs. Nairobi Capitals are on 107 for the loss of 2 wickets. Batsman in the crease is Maxwell, who is just new, having faced 2 balls. And Joseph Onyango. We are referring him as Jojo because that's the name that he's known around our cricket circles. Good to see the crowd surging in at this particular time. Day 1 of this event, and we've got a very good crowd there. What do you expect as the tournament progresses? I think we've got about a month of this tournament.
Absolutely. And, we both have been privileged to have been a part of the previous tournaments. And we know this crowd is loud. This crowd is going to stay awake late nights. The crowd is going to come support all the 8 other teams. So it's just a starting point of what I see is as a carnival, a festival, a cricket festival under the lights. It's going to be massive. So all of you out there in Nairobi, if you're doing nothing tonight, drive yourself to the Sri Kachileva Patel grounds and enjoy this carnival that has been set up by the Youth League. Season 2 is going to be bigger than better from the rest. Ankit Asani going for a boundary in his first ball.
That wasn't a good line. Bowled in on the leg, and Jojo just flicked it. Just watch, he flicked it for a single. And we've seen this tournament, this is the second edition. And if my memory is okay, there are teams that had noisy, and supportive fans. Now, this year we've got auction was done. Some players changed teams, others are not available. So, are we likely to see the same kind of support coming from fans? Because are we going to see are we likely to see fans also shifting to go to different teams?
Like you mentioned, yes, that I know that some players have changed teams from the last time round. And we've mentioned this so many times. It's a good community setup. So if today I'm playing Nairobi Capitals and last year I was playing Purple Caps, definitely my family, my close friends are going to come and wear the Nairobi Capital jerseys. And there is Ankit Asani has accounted the miseries for Jojo. Clean ball, tried to sweep that.
Yeah, he tried out something and that didn't work well for him. He played a very look where he moved, shuffled all the way far away from off stump and exposed his leg stump, which went on crashing, but well batted there from Jojo, did the work, and it's just unfortunate that he had to perish less than 6 balls after the wicket of Mohit. And now we are going to have 2 new players. And incoming in is Mitesh Sangani.
Nice, Mitesh in the combox, Mitesh in the middle. But a bit of a concern for the Nairobi Capitals losing 2 quick wickets. So they've relatively got 2 new batsmen.
Mitesh is capable of creating some havoc on the bowlers. But how soon he will start doing that is what I don't know. But they've lost the wickets in a quick succession, which is might derail, might see them taking maybe an over to get back into the momentum that they had before.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. I feel Purple Cap right now have a slight upper hand. Picking up 2 quick wickets. Relatively 2 new batsmen in the middle out there. They would want to up the tempo. 111. It's famously known as Nelson in cricket at 14.3. They could perhaps use this opportunity to strangle down the runs.
Yeah, now the run rate has gone back. It's now into 7.6. Before losing that, the wicket of Mohit, they were playing around 8.5, but now they're into 7. So as you said it, Purple Cap are happy with what is happening at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And this could really play in the with a mental game towards the closure of the innings. Depending on how you finish the inning, goes a lot into how you come back, either to bat, ball, defend the total, chase down the target. A lot is going to be played now between these two, both Maxwell and Mitesh. We both know that they are capable of, hitting the big shots.
Well played there. Will they be pushing for 2 runs, putting pressure on the fielder? Good running for 2 runs. Once again, that's a very good shot there played by Maxwell.
Frustration there shown by Ankit. That brings us to the end of the 15th over. The Nairobi Capitals 116 for the loss of 3 wickets. 5 overs to go.
After 15 overs, Nairobi Capitals lost 116 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
Ankit Shani has ended his 4 overs spell with picking a wicket and for 27 runs. Azaz Kotaria, the skipper, coming into ball his 3rd over. He's had a very successful 2 overs, 7 runs for the loss of no wickets. He's in last 2 overs. Mitesh on strike. His second time he's facing this swing and miss, losing their 4th wicket in a span of less than 10 balls.
And this is what I was saying. This is really going to play in the favor of the Purple Caps, and brilliantly done there by Azaz Kotaria, the captain, bringing himself back onto the bowling arena. And there you go, look, he bowled a really brilliant line. Mitesh, I think, went across his line, losing the off stump. Lion, you mentioned 3 quick wickets have definitely put the brakes on this target.
That was a very, I'll say, a very poor shot from Mitesh. Can play better than he's done today. We've seen him play for his club and not what we are witnessing. But anyway,
But this is what it is leading, right? 2 new batsmen, one has to go, and unfortunately, they're sacrificing wickets. Wickets falling too quickly. It's slowing down the run rate, the scoring rate. Wow, look at that! You can see spectators enjoying. Yes, guys, it's
there's
cold
no
out
enjoyment
there.
It's not enjoyment.
It's
They're
cold
shocked.
out there. We might need to ask for tea as well in the com box.
Looking at these spectators, I think they're all Nairobi Capitals. You could see they're not believing what is happening.
Ankit Banderi, they are
Another player who is used to this surface. He's played for Kachileva, the host of this tournament. Coming into bat. An extra there, wide. As you said, we've said earlier, somebody who has been very, very active, has been busy throughout this match, is the wicketkeeper.
absolutely. We saw, so I believe that because it's the first game, players are getting used to the pitch, the whole setup, the atmosphere, and of course, like we mentioned, they're not used to be playing under lights week in, week out. So there's a lot of difference in the dynamics of how they're going to approach, especially if there's a high catch. Brilliant comeback there by the captain Azaz. Run rate is almost now on very breaks. They've done very well, Purple Caps, to put breaks on the scoring rate.
Yeah, as you could see that earlier on, after 10 overs, we saw something like 170, 180 was a reality. But now at 117, 150 might even be a tough call for them.
Loud appeal there by Azaz. Can't believe that the umpire hasn't raised his finger there.
Who can't believe?
The bowler, of course. I mean, no bowler is happy if it's not raised out.
But
look at that brilliant line. Just sliding down the leg.
You are right. And that's why the umpire, Shashikant, wasn't bothered. But good call from Azaz.
Brilliant over so far. It's just the wide that he bowled after picking up that wicket. And look at that.
That is
We
now
got almost 3 generations of people coming to watch a match here. What a brilliant platform the SCLPS Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction League is giving to everyone,
That's a very good shot there from Maxwell. Quick running there.
The last ball for the 16th over coming up. Brilliant over so far by the captain Azaz. Happy to concede that single. Oh, a brilliant run up there. Brilliant running. Absolute brilliant running.
Good bowling there from Azaz Koltaria. 1 wicket, 12 runs from him. And at the end of 16th over, Nairobi Capitals are 122 for the loss of 4 wickets. 4 overs to go. Will it be 150, 160? It all depends on Maxwell's and Ankit at the moment.
Patil coming in to bowl his 3rd over to Ankit Bandari, who is yet to open his scoring. The Nairobi Capitals have just found runs slightly difficult to come by in the last 3 or 4 overs, losing 3 quick wickets. quick single there, throw towards the bowler's end by the captain Azaz.
Bowling, 17th over, over Boca. Third of Parkhill.
Patil bowling once again. Well balled there. Just a single. Oh, they will come back for the missed throw. Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant by the batsman. Aware of the situation. Ensured they capitalized on it. Look at that. Straight away was ready to turn back for the second. Played down the square leg region. Then this time just a single. Yes, that's there you go. The young kids, the women, everyone is here to support their teams. Today is day one of this Premier League Season 2, proudly brought to you by the Shrikat Chilewa Patel Samaj, Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction. The mood is set right here on day one.
And one thing I've noticed, the crowd is silent. Reason being there are no boundaries. The excitement has disappeared.
A couple of things to that. There's a bit of, it's a chilly weather out there, and yes, they've come to see the boundaries. They've come to see the big shots. I must say the purple cap have done well to keep the crowd quiet.
Yes, they kept the crowd quiet. Because I remember even there's a time the master of ceremony, when I was having a break, she tried to see how many fans are here, and you could see the fans that were making a lot of noise were Nairobi Capitals fans. Big appeal there, but slightly pitching on the leg. And anytime that happens, the umpire's call will be not out. Patil Atav, happy man, happy with his performance. 32 runs from 2.5 overs.
Slightly expensive in context of the game, but yeah, they were sliding down the leg. But as a bowler, you'd never be satisfied until the finger goes up.
You are right.
Oh, what a ball there. Brilliant comeback. 2 and is over. Just to mention, dot balls is a very good initiative taken by the community here. They're planting a tree for every dot ball. And in the previous over, Parthiv has just basically planted 2 trees.
Will be interesting to see how many trees have been planted, first of all, in this inning. So far, we've got 3 overs to play, 128 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. Maxwell Saminathan 12 from 8, and Ankit Banderi 3 from 6. Sachin Devdishiani coming into ball, his 4th and final over, already conceded 22 runs for no wicket. Maxwell opening up his blade for a single.
Sachin bowling his final over. What?
There's an appeal there, but the wicket keeper just laughing. Maybe he knows there was no chance, and maybe wanted to see if the umpire will be fooled, sorry to use the word, by his appeal. But umpire is just laughing.
Sachin, a brilliant bowler, played well in the league. Oh, what a ball there. Maxwell failing to read that. Tried to cut that away. In the context of the game, Sachin has bowled brilliant spell. Oh, that's lofted. Could clear the boundary. Oh, he's gone. What a brilliant ball there by Sachin, picking up his wicket of Maxwell, and this is pretty much setting the Nairobi Capitals on a back foot.
Good comeback there from Nairobi, from Purple Cup.
There you see, skied into the night sky of Nairobi. Brilliantly taken under the lights there.
They've lost 25. They've lost 4 wickets for 25 runs.
And that's really hampered their scoring rates. They are well below what they would have wanted to be of 155, 170. At the 10th over mark, we saw possibility of almost 170, 180 runs.
Yeah, because at the end of over number 12, at the end of over number 13, they were at 100 runs. So they have only scored 30 runs
In almost 5 overs.
in almost 5 overs.
And losing 4 big wickets, 4
Losing
quick
4 wickets.
wickets, and there's not been any, attempt to score big run, big shots. Now there you go. Oh, almost there.
Now this type of
Oh, perfect. Brilliant there. Well played there. 2 runs, another 2 quick runs. Brilliant spell by Sachin there. Bowled 4 overs, just considering 28 runs and picking up that one important wicket.
134 runs for the loss of 5 wickets after 18 overs, 2 overs to play. Projected score, not anything closer to what we saw at the beginning of the end of the first 10 overs. So
yeah,
now
absolutely. These quick wickets have really hampered the scoring rates for the Nairobi Capitals. 2 overs to go. What do you feel could be a reasonable target to set? How is the pitch behaved according to you?
we've seen what Purple Cap have done. They know that if they continue to stick the line and length, something will happen, and we've seen them picking up wickets at a crucial moment. It's just for the batters not to panic, and the bowlers also, because mostly of this score, a lot of it you can talk about. Look at Mohit scoring 60, Jojo scoring 24. That's about 100 runs. Nobody has scored more than 12 runs from the other 5 batters.
And that's what we were mentioning earlier. Quick wickets has really hampered this the Nairobi Capitals to go towards the target of 170, 180. It's a hit and miss right now, trying to slog, hit every ball, see ball, hit ball right now.
Yes, we've seen them. They've really, as you were right, losing those wickets now have really hampered their chances of getting to what we have thought of. 150, they'll need now to keep on striking the ball. We need at least to see maybe about 3-4 boundaries. Good shot there. Will it be at boundary? A misfield, yes.
That's a welcome boundary for the Nairobi Capitals. They'll take it definitely.
That was a misfield. I'll say it was casually fielded. Missed everything.
Earlier during the toss, Rahul was asked, would you like to see your team restrict this opposition? And he was very clear with his thought. He said 150 would be an ideal target that they would want to chase down. Brilliant shot there by Parth. Patil Arthav is going at almost 10 and over when his team is really strangled on the other side. He's maybe just had an off day.
It's very cold here. You could see the jumpers. Big appeal. It's it having pitched on the leg.
Leg by signal there by the umpire.
Yeah, as I was saying, you could see everybody has at least tried to get something warm from home.
Well, they are in the open, they're feeling cold. Forget that, we are in the com box, we're still feeling cold. So definitely, if you're out there, you need to put in a couple of layers.
Lovely shot, but well fielded by the youngster. One of the few youngsters that have been put in this tournament. I've just liked how this tournament is really changing. Now, we've got international players or foreign players who are playing in our local league, having been drafted. We've got our national team players having been drafted. We've got our top domestic players, and now we've got emerging players. And they're all playing on the same field. Good Patil finally picking up a wicket from his last ball of this match.
I think he'll take that. He's gone for 40 runs, but that wicket will really boost his confidence for the next game. Once again, breaks applied at the right time by the purple cap there. Brilliant short ball.
Yeah, you are right. That was a very, very good short ball there from the young man. We've got the last over. How many runs are you projecting in these last 6 balls? Remember, there are
Well, there are 143. I don't think they would go over 150. I think 7 runs, 8 runs. It seems like ever since the departure of Mohit, the Nairobi Capitals have found difficult scoring the boundaries. Look at that, cramped him for the room.
Looks like the ball hit his gloves there. Rajbudia coming in with 6 balls to play this inning. 143 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Izaz Kotaria bowling his last over and the final over of this inning. He's been outstanding. One wicket for 12 runs. He's been outstanding. Parth Patel on strike. New batsman Rajbudia.
The captain taking the responsibility in the last over. He's had a very good outing with the ball so far. Well played there. Brilliantly waited for the ball by Parth there and guided it to the third man boundary.
That, if you ask me, that is Pat's trademark. I've seen him playing in the domestic league for Ngara Sports Club. Those are the kinds of shots that he plays. Watch. Eyes on the ball. Knew where to place the ball. And I'm sure Nairobi Capitals dugout, they are happy. 4 extra runs being added on the total to bring it 147.
A brilliant start to the last over from a Nairobi Capital perspective. How does the captain Azaz respond to this?
Maybe adjust your field.
Tried that same again, but it was closer to his body this time round. So just didn't find the gap there, conceding just one. Raj Budhia on strike now.
Good captaincy from the bowler.
He stuck to his field, stuck to the line. There you go. Yes, you see everyone in 2 or 3 layers.
There's done one brave man in a shot. Raj Budhia. 4 balls to play. Can he get them to something closer to 160 with 4 balls to play? Raj Budhia opening his account with a single to put Path on strike. 3 balls to play.
Yeah, I think 160 would be a decent score to set. The pitch has not misbehaved, so it's been quite even. We haven't seen any uneven bounces. I wouldn't expect it to be on a day one of the tournament. But 150, 160 should be a good total. I think the Purple Caps would be happy to restrict them anything below 160.
Lovely shot there, missed and rolling all the way to the boundary for another boundary. Second boundary in this over. Yes, 159, 160 now looks possible. 2 balls to play. They need another boundary.
Yeah, brilliant cameo there, from Parth there. Parth is playing a brilliant cameo, striking them at over 200 runs. And 2 big blows here. Could see Nairobi Capital put up a score of 160, potentially. Just a single towards the square leg umpire.
We are into the last ball of this inning. An inning that has been dominated by Mohit Jawa's Blade and a partnership of 100 runs with Joseph Onyango. And immediately those two fell in quick succession. Then things turned into Purple Cape favor. And now we're into the last ball being faced by Raj Budhia. If he can make it a 4, wait to see. If he can get a 6, we can get to 160 marks that Mitesh is talking about. Only
Swing enemies. That wraps up the first inning of the SCLPS Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League Season 2 with the Nairobi Capitals 155 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. And like you correctly mentioned, it was all about Mohit's knock.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the second innings of the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League T20 Season 2 2025. After being put to bat first, Nairobi Capital scored 155 runs in the allotted 20 overs for the loss of 6 wickets. And now it's the turn of Purple Cap. They would need 156 runs to 20 overs if they would want those vital points to appear against their name, the winning points. It would be a great start to this tournament if we were to see this match going down to the wire, but it'll all depend on how the bowlers of Nairobi Capitals are going to respond for the 155 runs. With me I have Mitesh. Mitesh, I feel still they are 20 runs short, especially with the way Mohijao was batting and the way they were going for about 101. They were plus 100 runs in 13 overs, and they would have expected themselves to score a little more than 170. But I think it was some good bowling at the death by the Purple Cap, and now it's their time to chase.
Thank you so much. Yeah, brilliant. The tournament couldn't have started in a better note. Prashag Hirani and Nikhil Hirani out in the middle. We all wanted to go to the last over pretty much. Let's make it a meal out of it. Let's make it more entertaining. And of course, the crowd has come out. They stayed up late. They want to see a few sixes hit, a few boundaries hit. And of course, those supporting the Nairobi Capitals, of course, want wickets. It's been a brilliant start to this season 2 of this SCLPS LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League. Sumin Kara with the first ball of the second innings.
A little bit of late moment there. Prashang not able to connect. Prashang is a good batsman. He plays for Swami Bappa in the NPCA cricket tournament.
With the dot ball, I'll just like to remind all our viewers a very good green initiative taken by the Sri Kachileva Patel community. For every dot ball, there's planting a tree. That ball didn't deserve a tree. It's gone right straight to the boundary, and the chase is on.
That was a good shot by Prashant Hirani. Kept the shape. Ball coming in. He went through the line of the ball.
There's planting a tree.
Hitting it a little wide of the long on fielder, and who could only watch it sail over the boundary.
How much, according to you, has the light going to be a factor to many of these players who are not used to playing under the lights?
Well, I believe it's going to be a factor for everyone, because I would say 90% of the players who are playing in this tournament, as most of them are playing the Nairobi Cricket Association's local league here, and we don't see a lot of night cricket here. Of course, also because of the fact that we don't have a lot of stadiums with lights, other than the likes of Kachileva. So we don't see a lot of night cricket happening. So with that, it'll be a big adjustment for most of the cricketers, and also they don't, considering the fact that they also don't practice in the night sessions.
And that becomes a big challenge, especially when you are now as a fielding team. When the ball is skyrocketed high, some sort of adjusting yourself to that.
Yeah, absolutely. For the batsmen and also for the fielders especially when those lofted deliveries which are hit, those lofted balls which are hit by the batsmen, those skiers, as you said, very difficult to side them and get underneath the ball.
Absolutely. And a credit must be given to this team that's set up this tournament, put up massive behind the work scene for us to enjoy this tournament. Of course, we can see the turnout has been absolutely brilliant, and I couldn't be more grateful to the organizers for this tournament.
Yeah, massive respect for the organizers to be able to put up a show like this. It's not easy to arrange the logistics, to arrange the players, to put everything in order, and to make sure that you bring out such an output, because at the end of the day we always see the output, but what for me, as you rightly said, is more important is what goes beyond, or rather beneath, in terms of making it such a great output.
What a shot there. Yes, Nikhil Hirani first boundary of his bat, and they're off to a flyer. 11 in the first over. That's a
such
very good statement when you're coming out to chase this score.
But I think that ball deserved the treatment. Full delivery, juicy half volley, lot of room offered, and it
What
could
a
have
shot
been,
there,
it would have been a
yes.
shame if this ball
Kelly
was not
Rani,
finished. So it was given the
first
rightful treatment
boundary of his-
by Nikhil Hirani. Much needed boundary for him, and that makes it 11 runs at the end of the first over. As expected, Captain Rahul turning his head towards Raj Budia, very experienced bowler. He's been a seasoned customer in the NPCA Cricket League for many years. Good bowler. Definitely the team would be expecting him to get some early breakthrough.
As like you mentioned, he's been a very seasoned player in the NPCA league. I'd like to also mention he's very much an integral part of what's happening back office of this whole tournament. Yeah, him and Vishal have put in lots of effort for the media team, for what we are doing. So he's an all-rounder in every aspect. And that's down the leg side. Easy runs for the picking there.
Looks like a wide signal
and
by the
that's
umpire.
down the leg
Acknowledged
side.
by the scorers as well. And a costly wide to start his over.
Extras would be very helpful for the chasing team right now, when considering the target is just slightly above 150 and they're off to a flyer right now.
There were a lot of extras given by the team bowling first as well. So definitely Purple Cap would be happy about these extras coming their way.
I mean, any runs, anyhow they come, will be welcomed, especially when you're chasing a target. Oh yes, that's shot, that's gone.
What a shot! What a brilliant shot! Length delivery coming straight onto his zone, and he made no mistake. Went after it
Oh yes,
in a classy style, and it was 6 written all over it from the time it was hit off his bat.
Not the start that Raj would have wanted. 11 in just one ball.
Prashank has actually brought the crowd alive. The crowd acknowledging that brilliant shot.
I think the ball has disappeared somewhere in the crowd. We'll take some.
Looks like the first ball has gone to the river.
No, I think it's back, unless. How does Raj respond to this? Not a big score to defend. Oh, he's gone.
What a delivery that is. Cannot be a better response than hit for a 6, comes back with a brilliant outswinger, and that smells timber.
Absolutely. You couldn't have written the script much better than this.
That needed a brilliant replay. What a ball. Shaping away from the right-hander and gets the top of the off stump. What a celebration by Raj, and he should be. Why not? That was a brilliant delivery.
One down, and that will definitely lift the spirits of the Capitals.
So Raj, after not a great start, provides his team with the breakthrough that his captain Rahul would have expected him to do. And this is what he's been doing for many years for his team. And
He's got a very simple run up, good, but make sure that he hits the deck right at the right length, consistent bowling. What more do you want from your opening bowler?
Kansham Shiani, the captain of Kachileva Division 1 team. Steady batsman. Not a very attacking batsman, but he definitely likes those singles and doubles, and he keeps the bowler and the fielders very busy. Wild swing, and what a wicket here!
It's 2 in 2, and the Capitals are definitely making a statement out there in the middle.
This was unusual the way I have seen Ghanshyam. He's someone who just watched a couple of balls before going for it. It was a wild swing from him, and the ball just clips off the off stumps bails.
Yeah, not short enough to play that ball. A shot that's not required at this early stage. Your team is playing absolutely brilliant at 22 runs in just 1.5 overs. And now you've put your team on a definite back foot.
Because Raj knows exactly how he plays. And even the way I've seen Ghani over some years, I don't think so. This is the kind of a shot that he would have gone for in the first ball. Especially considering that he has not even got his eye in. Late moment for Raj, comes in, clips off the bails. And 2 in 2. Are we in for a hat-trick here, Mitesh?
An hat-trick ball coming up there by Raj.
It would be interesting to see how Rahul is going to set his field, considering the fact that there's a hat-trick expected. It would be absolutely brilliant to have a hat-trick on the first day, although unfortunately this is not what the purple
captain,
cap would be wanting.
The captain of Purple Cap walking out as Koteria, facing the hat-trick ball, and of course trying to ensure the ship sails back the way it started. They've had 2 setbacks.
They will have to now build a partnership after 2 quick wickets. In comes Raj.
And down the leg once again. The extras column just doesn't help anyone. And we saw that in the earlier innings. And we are seeing the same right now. I wouldn't fault Raj. He's picked up 2 wickets. This is an excitement ball. You know, blood pumping, going for your hat-trick ball. I think the captain would be allowed to do this.
The first 2 balls, after the first 2 balls, which, especially the first one, which went for the wide delivery, he came in. The 6 was, of course, a length ball, and then he came in 2 good deliveries. This time, he's genuinely coming in. Looks like he's an in-swing bowler. He's coming in, but the line is the issue. Now he's back on length. This was on the money.
Brilliant length there, and brilliant comeback. From what it looks like, it now feels the game is well set up for a good chase. Some concerns shown there by the umpires.
See, Purple Cap has a very good batting lineup. They've got the likes of Azaz Kotaria, their captain. And plus they have other batsmen as well who can come in and score quickly. Nikhil looking good right now. Pushes for a single. And they make it comfortably. It could have been a risky single, but the fielder was not able to collect the ball appropriately.
I wouldn't want to mention the name of the fielder. It's my name. But I'm glad I'm not in the chilly night in Nairobi fielding that, the leather kookaburra ball coming on to you. I'm glad I'm here. So one Mitesh in the com box is good. One Mitesh is doing his trade in the field is much better.
Absolutely. It comes in so hard. I can tell you that.
That's a very good end to a successful over by Raj, picking up 2 in this first over.
After the end of the second over, 28 runs for 2 wickets. Purple Cap have a great run rate. They are at 14 runs per over run rate. Unfortunately, they lost 2 quick wickets. Back to back, Ghanshyam Shiani and Prashant Hirani. Purple Cap would be placing their bet on their captain Azaz Kotaria to play a similar innings that we saw from Mohit Java.
I think apart from the wicket column, the Caps would be really happy with the way the scorings have gone. If these two can stabilize for the next 5 good overs, I think Purple Caps will find them in a very good position.
See, Nairobi Capitals have a good set of bowlers. It would be interesting to understand what is the strategy of Purple Caps. They need to pick those bowlers who they really want to go after. Are they really going to go after the power play, which is very crucial? We need to. The wicket might get slowed down a little more as the game progresses. So they would want to maximize the power play, and that's exactly what they're doing. That was a drop catch. And whose has he dropped it? Azaz Kotaria.
It was hit hard. Good attempt there. Has just skyrocketed to him like in blitz of a second. Good attempt there.
But Mitesh, as I mentioned earlier, it is catches like this that completely change the complexion of certain games.
Absolutely. Look,
Because you've seen international games where some brilliant catch lifts the entire morale of the whole team, and then they look like a totally different team. In the meanwhile, another ball right on the money, driven by the batsman Azaz Kotaria. He drives it towards the extra cover. Long off, and then gets a single, gets a strike, brings back Nikhil Hirani on strike again.
how much of a drop catch would it play on the captain's strategy, how he's going to approach Azaz? Especially, we all know the capability of Azaz.
Captain would have surely wanted to have it. Lofted shot by Nikhil Hirani. Just lands short of the fielder there. He's not able to find the middle of the bat. Yes, the replay shows. That's exactly, Mitesh, what I'm saying. It will be very interesting to see as to how the wicket's going to behave as the game progresses. If it's going to get slower, it's going to come to the bat much slower. It would not be easy for you to hit through the line, and which most of the batsmen here likes it. So it would be interesting to see how that they're going to approach this power play, because this power play is very crucial. You see,
almost caught there off his own bowling by Shumain. That ball stopped on the pitch and straight away rose right next to the batsman.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Especially those fast bowlers who are hitting those lengths, varying the space with variety. Especially the slower balls are going to come a lot into picture as we go, because those slower ones are not going to be easy.
The weather right now in Nairobi is quite chilly. Has there been any sign of dews out there? Oh, what a slow delivery. This guy's slow delivery there. Nikhil, yes, he just signaled to himself that was a slow delivery.
So we were expecting, see, as I told you, it was a slow delivery. So a lot of that will come into play as we move on, because especially when the field is spread, you'll see a lot of slower balls or cutters coming from the bowlers. And to answer your question of dew, when I was just having a word with the umpires as well, we were expecting a little bit of dew in the second half, which makes it even difficult for the spinners to grip the ball, because and this wicket, especially Kachileva, is where this wicket is always known where spinners. It has always been a paradise for the spinners, equally for the batsmen as well. And especially for those batsmen who can play the spinners very well, this could be a great track to bat on. So interesting would be this over, Azaz Kotaria versus Raj Bhutia.
Oh, closed infielder there. Yeah, you mentioned about the dew factor. Maybe it's a bit too early to say that there would be any dew right now. Just 3 overs into the second innings.
Especially with the bowlers, I don't think they're holding a towel at the moment. Don't see there could be any dew at the moment. But it will be interesting to see how it's going to be as the game progresses, because
out.
Because it has not been humid. There's no humidity much in Kenya. So with that, I doubt whether there could be much dew in the surface. So 2 balls, 2 dots. That means 2 trees planted.
2 more trees planted. What a shot, and straight into the safe hands of Maxwell.
This
Yes, Raj is basically the golden hand for the Nairobi Capitals, picking up the third and of course the big wicket of the captain, Azaz Koteria. How is this chase changing sides now?
priced wicket of Azaz Kotaria, and he hits it to the most safest hands in the entire 11 players, Maxwell Swaminathan, and he wouldn't miss many. He welcomes it, grabs it with 2 hands, and makes sure that Azaz Kotaria is back to the pavilion. And it also will boost the entire morale of the team, because Azaz is a very dangerous player. He could have actually taken the heat to the opposition, and they would have wanted him back in the pavilion much earlier, especially after the drop catch. And this is a priced wicket for the Nairobi Capitals.
A lot of discussions going on in that team huddle, potentially of now how to, just continue with an attacking mindset. Clearly the Purple Caps are under pressure now. They've lost 3 quick wickets, and yet the power play is not over. So that's a big setback, regardless to the size of the score that you're chasing. But when you lose 3 in the power play, you are already thinking of defensive and how to build a partnership, yet not, going away from the required rate.
See, sometimes there are a few other factors as well, because Nairobi wickets are very different. There are a lot of invitational players who come from India, like the likes of Mohit Java, Azaz Kotaria, and many others. But it would not be easy for them to settle down and hit through the line, just how the way they play in the home country, especially on Nairobi wickets, which are sometimes too paced, sometimes slower. And so it's important for them to adapt those wickets. I would say one player who adapted so well in the first innings that we saw was Mohit Java. And especially the fact that he's been playing here for quite some time, and he was also a professional player for the Kachileva Patel team. So he knows these conditions very well. So it was more like homecoming for him. But now, having said that, Neelakash Tambe is also a very good batsman. He plays for Ruraka in the Nairobi Provincial Cricket Association League. And he's a good batsman. He's been scoring runs. He's been having a good season of T20. So he would be wanting to get some scores that would be needed by his team.
Raj has bowled 4 dot balls, picking up that crucial wicket of the opposition captain. And clearly we can now see the batting team under pressure. And that's a beautiful maiden wicket by Raj Bhudia. Forget about planting 1 dot, but a maiden wicket should have double the trees that should be planted. Maybe something we could take it up with the organizers, but a brilliant over from Raj. He's led the attack single-handedly so far.
What an over this has been. Brilliant. Brilliant would be an understatement, Mitesh, because to bowl a maiden over with and to compound it with a wicket, this speaks volume of the line and the length that the bowler has been bowling. And especially Raj has been brilliant from the first over. He got the priced wicket of Azaz Kotaria.
I like this move by the captain to continue with Shomin to bowl out his 3rd over. He's actually seen pressure applied by Shomin Kara, and it's benefited Raj. It's a very good tandem that they're doing right now.
See, one of the international players who I was having a conversation with, he once told me that, Prasad, especially when you're T20, when you're chasing, it's all about the power play. If the power play does not if you don't get a good power play, then you're always catching up. You're always chasing, because then you have to produce those shots. You have to manufacture those shots, trying to get some extra boundary. And especially once the field is spread, the bowler's bowling on the right length, it will be very difficult for the batsman to score, which is why it's very, very important for them to have a good power play. And this is exactly what the Purple Caps would have hoped. But they would have really hoped that even if they got 45 to 55 runs in the power play, lost a wicket or 2, they would have been okay. But 3 wickets was a little too much.
Yeah, I think you've just mentioned it correctly. Whenever you're chasing, you really don't want to lose more than one wicket ideally. You don't want to put up, because chasing always has the psychological impact on you, right? So losing 3 wickets in the power play really sets you on the back foot, and then it's always, like you mentioned, a catch-up game from there on.
They're already at 8 runs per over. Now, as you see, 124 runs from 94 balls, and the more dot ball comes in, the more pressure will be ordered to the opposition. And Shumin Kara has been right on the money for his captain giving him the 3rd over, placing his faith on the bowler. He's responding quite well.
No, absolutely. And what we get to see here, when you lose wickets in a hurry, the new batsman coming in will always require that couple of deliveries to get used to the pitch. Yes, T20 is not about getting used to it. See ball, hit ball, but like what we've seen right now, the batsman clearly is struggling to, even get that single to get the scoreboard ticking,
Good delivery again, and Maxwell right there, not allowing any moment, any runs there. He was there at short extra cover, slightly closer than the usual. This could be a ploy that he's bowling. He's not bowling that quick, which is why they've actually pulled the short extra cover slightly more closer to the batsman, and they know that Thambe likes to play in that area. Again on the money, he's been keeping it the right area. Shumin Kara, he's been very, very impressive this over. He's bowling at the same area as if it was just like a bowling machine, hitting the same length, hitting the same area, and with some late swing, moving away from the batsman.
Some sort of a concern for the purple caps here. Thambe has played 7 balls without scoring, actually. This is going to be a concern. We have almost 5 overs into the chase. To what started as a brilliant start to the chase has just crippled down, both in terms of wickets and runs.
That's the beauty sometimes of T20 cricket, because couple of wickets here and there, couple of good overs, one batsman scoring a good 40-50 runs, and the whole complexion of the game changes. Unlike a 50-over game where you need the depth of the overs, T20 is so unpredictable these days that small movements in the game or small phases of the game can change the whole complexion. And at the end of 5 overs, 32 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. The first 5 overs, I would say, was a session that was dominated by the bowling team. And I'd like to welcome into the commentary box Mr. Dan Okinyo.
Prasad, 3 quick wickets. It'd be inside the power play.
Beautifully driven straight by Nikhil Hirani, and what a shot. That'll go all the way to the boundary. The fielder runs behind it. That's a beautiful shot to watch, much like the Sachin's straight drive that we have seen over the years. Beautiful drive by Nikhil Hirani. He's been playing sensibly well. He realizes his team needs to move on in terms of the score. There has been no boundaries coming in, and he produces a boundary. And against Raj Budia, who's been bowling brilliantly so far, and Captain Rahul has also kept up with his medium paces. He realizes that the medium paces are also getting some help off the wicket, so he's continued with them, and they've been responding well so far for the captain.
You are right, and that's a very good boundary to come. They needed that, and they're just hoping that that will continue, and there is another one.
Back-to-back boundaries off the bat of Nikhil Hirani. This is what the doctor has ordered for Purple Cap. And these are boundaries that are very, very crucial, especially during the power play. And look at the follow-through of Nikhil. He was 200% sure that the ball is going all the way to the boundary. He didn't even mind running.
You are right.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to SCLPS Patel Samaj, Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Premier League T20 Season 2 at the iconic and wonderful stadium, SCLPS Patel, Beautiful electrifying atmosphere under the lights. Some great cricket happening. And what more as a cricket lover can you ask for?
You are right. It's good also to see the crowd here. It's very, very cold. I have been out there and I know, I know what I'm talking about. Those that are in the comment box, I'm sure, won't like to go out.
That
So-
was a brilliant shot again.
But it went in the wrong hands of Maxwell, one of the best fielders in this in our local league. He's really proved he's a very good fielder, a very good all-rounder. Maybe unlucky today, he came in at the time when they needed the scoreboard to tick, but he didn't do much with the bat. But it's somebody that Nairobi.
He had to bow out to some brilliant bowling from Sachin Shiani, the young lad, a great prospect. But right now it was a beautiful cover drive. But a while ago he got a good catch of Ezaz Kutaria. Cuts it to the fielder, still manages to get a one. And Neil Akash Thambe gets off strike and also gets his first runs on the board.
Another player that if they are going to be very, very if they are not going to be very careful, I'm talking about Nairobi Capitals. He's a player who can do a lot of damage to your bowling side. He's done that so far. He's one of the top batters currently in the league, and that's what Coach David Tikolo will be looking from him as they try to get the target of 150 that is on the board.
David Tukolo, one of the best that they can ask for as a coach. So he would have definitely given a good advice to Neil Akash Thambe, and he would have also passed on some advice to Nikhil, because Nikhil seems to have been seeing the ball very well. He's hitting those drives. Everything has gone off the middle. They would expect Nikhil to stay there a little more, form a partnership with Neil Akash Thambe for their batsmen to then go and let loose towards the latter part of the innings as they're chasing down this score.
We are done with the power play. Score 42 for the loss of 3 wickets. Batsman in the middle, we have Nikhil Hirani on 17 from 12 and Neilakash Tambe on 1 from 9. We can see introduction of a spinner.
We see the big board of LAXMANBHAI Construction, the company behind this tournament, the title sponsors, LAXMANBHAI Construction, a renowned name in the field of construction. LAXMANBHAI Construction.
Now they're here trying to construct. They have started this tournament, and kudos to them. And Mohit Jawa did a lot of good work with the bat, top scoring with the 60 runs. Now coming in with the spin. As I said earlier, he's been here for some time. He knows this ground. Everything around him is familiar to him.
He's a very handy customer when it comes to batting, bowling, fielding. A total all-rounder for any team that he plays for. Very handy. That was a cheeky single. It was a little bit of an edge nudge towards the third man, but before Raj Budia could collect it, the batsman easily makes a single. Outside the off-stump, room offered. Nikhil Hirani could not have capitalized. He would have wanted to capitalize on that delivery.
Big appeal there.
Going down leg. Umpire not interested. It's very visible from here. It was going down leg. It hit him on the far end of his pads. But it was interesting to see the way Mohit is varying. He had one first full delivery, then he bowls one outside the off stump, the next one he comes in to the batsman. So he's varying his deliveries in this over, especially the lengths. Yes, another one outside the off stump, room offered, but hit straight to the point fielder, but they managed to sneak in a single on that delivery. Then I feel after the 5 overs, in any T20, it is the next 10 overs that sets the tone.
A wild swing there. Miss umpire just indicating that there was a bat involved and there is a boundary.
And Nikhil Hirani would still take it. 4 runs, and his team would also take it.
Just unfortunate that Mohit didn't hit the wicket as expected. And with that, we've come to the end of over number 7, 49 for 3. Nikhil Hirani on 21, currently the top scorer. And Nilakash Tambe, 3 runs.
The fielding team would at least expect to be getting about 100 runs at the end of 15 overs. If they could do that for the loss of 4 wickets or 5 wickets, I'm sure with at least one of these guys staying there, they would still fancy them chasing 50 runs in the last 5 overs.
Maxwell Swaminathan coming into the attack. With spin duo, we've just seen Mohit bowling so well. Now Maxwell is also coming to try and continue from where Mohit has finished on. Good start there.
Right on the money, hitting the right length. Nilakash Tambe trying to be a little cheeky, trying to nudge one off. But the third man was slightly more closer. This time round, he hits it between the point fielder. But there's a fielder behind. But they comfortably make 1 run. And with that, the score moves to 50 runs for the loss of 3 wickets after 7.2 overs.
Hitting his thigh pad. Yes, you could see from there, the ball just hitting his thigh pad for another dot ball. Going for a swing there. Only a single. Picked well by Joseph Jojo Nyango, second top scorer in the first inning. Good cut shot there. Once again for a single. It's good to see that they are keeping on rotating the striker. Yes, it's difficult to get the boundaries, but just make sure that you don't get those dot balls.
Yeah, and interestingly, Maxwell has been bowling very well. And yes, as I told you, he's been bowling well and now gets the result. Length delivery, he completely misread it, goes for the big heave, was not in control, and eventually it ended up getting the sweet sound of the timber, and that's the wicket that Maxwell would have wanted. Nikhil Hirani, the set batsman for Purple Cap, and they would not have expected him to get out in this fashion, but unfortunately that's the case. And Maxwell Swaminathan sends Nikhil Hirani back to the pavilion.
To me, that was not the best shot to play for somebody that has settled, somebody that is being depended on to get those runs. But anyway, 52 for the loss of 4 wickets. We are into over number 9. New batsman Jignesh Hirani.
After the first over, Dan, I would say that Rahul is going to be extremely happy about his boys because they have delivered. 52 for the loss of 4 wickets, chasing 155. At this point in time, Rahul would definitely be sitting very happily as a captain because his boys have been delivering. They have been responding to his requirements. Especially the first spell from Raj Budia was simply amazing. After 4 runs of a wide ball, 6 on the second ball, what does he produce? He produces 3 wickets in the next 2 overs, gets a wicket maiden, and he changes the entire game in the favor of the Nairobi Capitals.
Good observation there. And now we've got Jignesh Hirani in the middle with Nilakash Tambe now facing Mohit Jawa. Mohit Jawa having bowled his first over, conceding 6 runs for no wicket. Once again, hitting the right area with the spin. Managing 2 runs. Picking up 2 runs. They'll need to do a lot of running in between the wicket here. Nilakash Tambe.
Nilakash Tambe is yet to find the middle of the bat. He is not the usual free flow batsman that you would see him at the Nairobi League. Same was the case with Joseph Onyango as well. He was not able to find the middle of the bat towards a great amount of the first innings, and only later that he could get himself some boundaries. However, I'm sure you would agree with me, Dan, that this is not the Jojo that you're used to see usually in the league.
You're also talking about Nilakash Tambe he's batting in at a very crucial time. They've lost 4 wickets. Now what he'll need to do is for him to try and solidify the inning. He can't try to lose wicket, and he can't afford, his team won't afford to lose a wicket, and in that matter to lose his wicket. So he has to change the game, caught in between 2 things, not losing your wicket and also getting the scoreboard ticking. So he's playing into a very difficult situation at the moment. So far 3 runs in this Mohit second over. A single there to complete over number 9. 56 for the loss of 4 wickets.
At the end of 9 overs, Purple Cap on 56 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. Purple Cap require 100 runs to win in 66 balls. Coming back to bowl the 10th over for Nairobi Capitals, Maxwell Swaminathan.
Send me the link to see the score. Let's change the view of this. Maxwell right on money, not giving any room, hitting the right length, getting some help off the deck. There's a little bit of extra bounce there. Another one. He's, for the length he's hitting outside the off stump, he's actually kept a fielder down. The point has actually moved down, making sure that they are only getting a single. The run rate has actually crept up to 9.28. Takes a single, quick run. Nairobi Capitals would be minding those singles at this point in time, because they know from here onwards to get 9.28, each dot ball is going to add more pressure. Well, getting a little bit of drift there on the ball, but they could only manage a single here. At the end of 9.4, 59 for 4. It's important for Nilakash Tambe and Jignesh to keep the scoreboard ticking, making sure that they're at least getting 6 runs per over. Otherwise, you might just be looking at 11, 12 runs per over at the end of 11, 12 overs. A cheeky single there, looks like more of an inside edge.
They really know the importance of singles here. They are taking them as much as they can. Yes, there was an inside edge. Dot ball to end Maxwell's second over. Only conceding 4 runs in that over. With that, we are done with 10 overs. 60 for the loss of 4 wickets. Needing 96 runs from 60 balls. Possible score.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the SCLPS Nairobi Construction Premier League Season 2, organized by Shrikanchila Samaj Youth League, proudly sponsored by our title sponsors, LAXMANBHAI Construction Limited, live streaming media partners, Echo Forest Limited, Gulf Timber and Hardware Supply.
Done at the end of 10 overs, 60 runs for 4 wickets. You see, the biggest problem Nairobi Capitals are facing at this point in time, or rather, sorry, Purple Cap is facing their first wicket. Prashant Hirani, 22. Kansham Shiani out for 22. Esas Kotaria, 31. Nikhil Hirani, 52. So far, the biggest partnership of the game has been 22 runs, which was scored of the first over. Then after that, they've never had partnerships. And mind you, when you're chasing 155 runs, you need to have partnerships, at least 2 good partnerships on the whole game. And they don't have a set batsman. If you see, there are 2 new batsmen at the crease, and this is going to be hurting them, plus a run rate which is already at 9.28 and creeping up every over.
And that's why I said that a lot will depend in this partnership that will be engineered by Nilakash Tambe. He's the only person, only player that I'll say that he has that experience to get his team off the ditch. But they should not look down onto themselves and feel that it's over. It just we are talking about is just they need that partnership, one big one. Jignesh has proved in the past that is a player that can be depended on as far as the bat is concerned. So to me, this is the partnership to get to make all the difference. Either they'll win or lose it in this partnership.
I totally agree with you, Dan, but unfortunately time is not on the side, neither are the runs. Every over they are looking at is a mounting run rate. So at least one of them have to decide that they are going to take the attack to the opposition, while the other can tick on the singles and make sure the score is moving.
There is a misfield there, and rolling to the boundary, the much needed one, and as umpire Paul Angier indicating is a clear 4. Yes, you are talking.
Looks like Nilakash Tambe have just heard us. This is what the doctor ordered, and he has just delivered 4 runs. He was a little lucky there, but that's all how the game is at the end of the day. He wouldn't mind getting those 4 runs on the board. He steps out, but finds the fielder. That would be a single run, and that brings Jignesh on strike. It will be interesting to see how he's going to approach. They need at least 2 to 3 good overs here done for them to be getting back on track.
And overs that will have at least 10 runs, so that will be 30, and yes, it will make a lot of difference. But now with the Mohit Jawa on strike, only 5 runs, and the last only 15 runs from his 2.3 overs. Things are not looking okay with them. We're wide there.
Mohit has actually been varying his length every delivery. If you watch him, he's hitting a length ball, arm ball another one, goes outside the off. Wow, what a delivery. What a delivery. There's a big appeal here. Umpire gets it to the third umpire now. This has been reviewed.
Now for the first time, the third umpire is coming into action. For the first time in this match, in this tournament, the third umpire is coming into action.
That's a great initiative from the Kutch Chileva Youth League, that they're doing this tournament. High quality, where even those reviews can be done for run-outs, for catches. This is absolutely fantastic, taking cricket to the next level, done.
That's a very good initiative, and these are things that I will really encourage the players to keep on playing the game, because if they see these things happening, especially when the wicket keeper will go back and watch what he did. We are still waiting for the indication from the third umpire.
Umpire signals, and the decision has been given. It's a red light. That's another batsman walking back to the pavilion. This is not good.
The foot was not. The foot was not grounded. Yes, the foot was not grounded, and with that, the umpire has made a very good call We agree with him. And that's the end of Jignesh.
How good of a stumping was that? Dan, how good of a stumping from the captain himself, Rahul.
That was
This
a good
was
stumping.
quick lightning stumping.
Good stumping.
Brilliant. Reminds me of the dismissal of Sabir Rahman by the great MS Dhoni. This is a great dismissal. Look, he waited for a bit, the foot is in the air, and then he goes and executes. Brilliant work by Rahul behind the stumps.
Technology coming in and doing the right thing. And with naked eye, normally the umpires will, I don't know, but good to have the technology doing the work for us. 5 wickets down for 66 runs.
I'm telling you, they're chasing a mammoth total. The whole team is going to be feeling the pressure right now. Half of the side back in the pavilion with just 66 runs, with another 90 runs needed in from 56 balls. As of now, Rahul Nathani, the captain, is going to be extremely confident. They would... Good delivery there. Good first delivery. But I still feel that the Nairobi Capitals... I'm sorry, the Purple Caps are... What a delivery! What a brilliant delivery! Comes in, cleans him out, and that's clean bowled.
And he's not even celebrating.
What a sharp turn it was. It was so good to see from here. The batsman had no clue about how the ball was coming in. There it pitches, turns and gets his leg stump.
And what really impresses me is that Mohit is not even celebrating.
What a delivery. It's such a beauty to watch. You beauty. Mohit Java. First with the bat and now with the ball.
Fast
What
goal.
a player he has been for his captain.
Fast golden duck. Look at the captain smiling. Happy. You are
Sharp
right.
turn, cleans him out, clean bowled. That would be a very long walk for the batsman.
The longest walk, just less than 100 meters, less than 70 meters, but it's very, very long one.
Oh, ask me, Dan, you don't want to be there. As a batsman, that's the longest walk you would want. You wouldn't want to get out the way it is. Get out for a duck.
Nilakash Tambe, a very frustrated man. Patil Atav is the batsman coming in, batsman number 8.
You see all sixes everywhere. 66 for 6.
Yes, 66 for 6. We are into over number 11. Will it be a hat-trick?
Oh, it's a hat-trick delivery earlier. This is the same game, same innings. If you remember earlier, Raj Budia was on a hat-trick. Right now, Mohit Java is on a hat-trick. Sorry, a little bit of correction here from the commentary box.
Yes, Maxwell on strike now for his third over. Second dot ball in a row. I like how Maxwell keeps things go moving fast. Just look at how he's trying to make sure that he bowls as quickly as possible. Don't give the batsman time to adjust, time to reflect. Just get the ball, get your run up, deliver. Get the ball, get the run up, deliver. It really annoys the batsman sometimes, right?
It does. It does. As a batsman, you really feel that you're a little short of time, especially when the ball is coming at you before even you're ready. But I feel if you look at it, the previous ball that was played by Nilakash Tambe, I suppose the ball is keeping a little low. See there? The ball is keeping a little low and it's also turning. I think that could be one of the problems that Dilkush Vekaria was facing, because he's a very tall lad. He goes in, his second delivery, sharp turn, but it keeps low and then got him out. So it's interesting to see how the way the wicket is turning and it's holding up and it seems to have changed than what we were seeing in the first innings.
That's a good observation there. That's a good observation, and I think there is a bad change there from Nilakash. Maybe this could be the boundary bat.
I think he's got more, probably a lighter bat. Especially he's seeing that the ball is turning a bit. So, in fact, quite a bit. So, sweep shot could be a good option. As a batsman, you would still want to go for your sweep shots, your slog sweep, especially when the ball is turning a lot, because you're obviously negating the option of getting LBW there.
And also you have nothing to lose. You've lost 6 wickets. You are there. You are like, okay, let me do what I can. And with that single, we are done with the 12 overs. Score 69 for 6.
The only unfortunate thing for Purple Cap at this point would be that they don't have a lot of overs behind them. And unfortunately, they've lost 6 wickets as well. So even if Nilakash Tambe wants to go after the bowling, it would definitely play in his mind that I don't have a lot of wickets behind him. So, and this is the time where you would need one person to go after the bowling, the other one to be keeping on, rotating. But a little tough.
And yes, he wanted to sweep. And there are 2 minds. He has 2 minds. Should I go for them, get those runs? But if I happen to do that and they get out, then there's no more to do the work. So actually, this doesn't play well with the batsman.
Nilakash Tambe trying to go for the sweep. Now he steps out. Mohijawa again, a very thinking bowler. He saw that Nilakash Tambe was trying to sweep him. Next ball, he flights it up outside the off stump, forcing Nilakash Tambe to come out of his crease.
And
But 2 runs stolen by the batting team.
Going for a reverse sweep, missing it.
He realizes that that was a good anticipation. He saw that he's bowling outside the off stump and it wasn't turning a lot. So he wanted to use it, but he couldn't judge the speed.
What a lovely shot there. Good lifted drive for a boundary. Is it little too late?
But I like the approach of Nilakash Tambe. He realized that he's bowling outside the off stump, lofting it up. He came down the track. He realizes there was a sweeper, was not there, and then he goes the extra cover shot, something that Mohijawa really utilized when he was batting.
A wide there, and then they're picking a single there. 2 wides. So far, 8 runs from this over.
So far, this has been a good over for the Purple Cap. They would need at least another 2 to 3 overs where they could sneak in 10 to 12 runs before going for the full Monty in the last overs.
Quick running there for a single.
This is good approach from Athar Patil. He's making sure that Nilakash Tambe is getting the maximum of the strike, and this should be the approach because the way he's playing, he looks like he's going to take the attack to the opposition.
Again, getting a single. Done with 13 overs, score 79 for the loss of 6 wickets. Required run rate is 11 runs. Currently, 11 runs and over. Big target there.
11 runs is not easy considering that they've lost 6 wickets. See, these days T20 has evolved so much that 11, 12 runs is not a problem at all, especially when you have 7 or 8 wickets. And if for such conditions or such scenario, you need one batsman who is set. Unfortunately for them, yes, absolutely Nilakash Tambe is a good batsman, looking good, but he do not have someone else who's on maybe 15, 20 runs along with him.
Lovely shot there. Let cut. Mohit Jawa stopping it, and there could make 2 runs.
That was a little cheeky from there. He realized it was a quick delivery outside the off stump. There was no slips in place. He nudges it and makes sure, because especially the third man was inside, but he still gets 3 runs. Good batting from Nilakash Tambe.
Something interesting is that it was just a few minutes ago that Maxwell came into attack, but as we speak, he's just about 4 balls to finish his spell. Reason, the way he's bowling quick. He's really bowling very.
It looked like a wide to me, yes, and the umpire signals it's to be a wide. Nudges it to the fielder. Gets a quick single there. Atharv Patil has been giving the strike to Nilakash Tambe. Gets a single again. They're milking the bowling right now. This is exactly what they should be doing. And if they could get a couple of overs more with 10 runs under their belt, they would be feeling poised to go after in the last 5 overs.
Still on 11 runs and over.
Big appeal, but the umpire clearly not interested. Could be because of the height, and also it was going down the leg. Brilliant delivery. Deceives him. I think it is more like the ball that goes away from the righty. Yes,
You are right.
that's the one that's going away from the righty batsman.
Picking up a single there to complete this over. Maxwell has had a very fantastic over. Good spell there from
At the end of 13 overs, 79 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Full toss delivery, asking for the punishment, and Nilakash Tambe was very happy, giving the treatment it deserves. Good sweep shot, piercing the fielder. 4 runs, much needed 4 runs between the mid wicket and the cow corner.
lovely shot there. But will they be 2? Yes, they are pushing there for 2 runs.
A very unique action, I must say, done.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little confused whether he's bowling an off spin or is he bringing a leg spin, because this ball seemed to be a leg spinner.
And Kate plays for home side Kachileva in the NPCA Super League. Was there a chance there for run out? Umpire once again has been called into action to determine if there was a run out. It looked You're waiting to see the decision that will be made by the third umpire, Mr. Muhammad Khan. Another experienced umpire. He's been around this cricket circles for years. So today, he's the third umpire to determine any call of what the umpires will not judge with the naked eye.
We should appreciate once again the effort from Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj Youth League. In this chilling cold weather of Nairobi, we have fireworks here at the Kachileva Patel Samaj Stadium, where the heat of cricket is bringing it on. There is a decision pending from the umpire. The decision has been given. The finger has been lifted by Paul Njere. Marks, which means one more batsman has to walk back. The batsman clearly looked struggling. The non-striker, he was clearly looked struggling. Paul Njere not very sure, calling for the third umpire. And the decision has been given. And that's the 7th wicket down for the purple cap.
Things going from bad to worse for Purple Cup. It looks like it's now a tall order here. It will need, sorry to say, but it will need miracle for them to win this match. New batsman coming in. Shavagani is the batsman coming in at number 9.
Incoming batsman for Purple Cap, Sharvagani.
A catch there. Full toss, hit straight back to the bowler. He could not collect it in his follow through, otherwise it could have been a cotton bowled. We have got a lefty batsman right now, Tushar Vagani. As of now, Nairobi Capitals clearly looks ahead of Purple Cap. What a delivery. It was this close of hitting the stumps. I would say Tushar Vagani should consider himself lucky on this delivery.
You are right, and we're done with the 15th over. Purple Cap requires 62 from 30 balls. Currently, even if the DL will come into place, they will still not make it. They need 121. They could have. They need to be at 121. That's the pass score if they are to win this match. Nila Kashtambe on 36 from 41 balls. A lot is required now. Maybe we should pray that he gets into a 50 because he's done the work for them.
Yeah,
But through.
But more than the 50, he would be hoping that he'd able to make a difference for his team. Because during this game, I would be very honest, except for the first over where they got 20 odd runs. Truly, Nairobi Capitals have dominated this game. They have hit the right areas. The fielders have been good. Great keeping from the captain himself. They are doing everything right that it is needed for them to be getting those crucial points on the table.
And also this tournament, as we all know, it has 8 teams, which means teams will play more matches. And it will reach a time where net run rate will come into play. So it's good that as much as you are losing wicket up in the air, is that a wicket? No. So what I was saying is that as much as you might find yourself losing wickets, as we've seen today, and you feel like you are losing this match, just keep on playing, because that net run rate will come into play at a certain stage of this tournament, and that will determine if you're progressing to the next round or not. So
Absolutely. And in a tournament like this with 8 teams, with many games to be played, it is very important for you to having a good run rate. Much needed boundary. There's a misfield there. And it runs down to the boundary for 4 runs. As you rightly said, Dan, the run rate would play a very important role as you progress further into this tournament. Tomorrow we have Dovu Crushers going against the Hariom Titans. In the evenings, 6:30 p.m. That is going to be a great game as well. 2 strong teams, Hariom Titans and Dovu Crushers, going against each other.
it will be good to see if the Titans will be crushed, or the Ndovu will crush the Titans.
We will find out tomorrow. For those who are watching, where to come, ladies and gentlemen, on your Sunday evening, don't spend your time at home. Don't take your kids to the park. Bring them here as a Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj cricket tournament happening here at the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj Stadium.
Good ball there. Diven Varsani coming into ball. His first over, so far 6 runs. Already at this particular time, looking at what is required, 12 runs an over required, probably 13 runs needed an over. There's no harm of trying. And there is a big wicket. Diven is a happy man, picking up the main wicket of this inning of Nilakash Tambe.
And
Clean
Diven
ball.
is pumped. Diven is pumped. That was a priced wicket, full delivery, a little bit of drift and late turn, and he misses it completely and gets clean bowled. I'm sure now the Nairobi Capitals are feeling extremely confident. They would be hoping that they are getting these important points in the table.
Incoming batsman for Purple Cap, Ankit Ashani.
On the replay, I feel that he committed a little early to the ball, but then the ball started drifting, coming in already, but he'd already gone ahead with the shot, and that kind of gave the bowler a little bit of an extra edge in terms, because it was drifting, it was turning, and it was bowled.
Yes, we are done with the first over of Diven picking up a wicket for 7 runs. We're into the last 4 overs of this match. Purple Cap needing 55 from 24 balls. A big task with 2 wickets in hand. Tushar Vagani 5 from 3, and Kitashani a single from his only delivery that is faced.
Nairobi Capitals would be sensing victory already. It is very evident from their body language. Rahul bringing in Ankit. He brings in Ankit Banderi for the next over. Brings a slip in. Raj is into the slips. Clean bowled. Cleaned him up. First delivery. A typical leg spinning ball delivery, stock delivery from the bowler, and completely misread by the batsman, and cleans him up, and that's wicket number 9 for for Nairobi Capitals.
And even all said and done, that was not the best shot that will play. Just watch, everything was wrong about that with that shot. Played across the line and went on crashing into the stumps for the 9th wicket for Team Nairobi Capitals.
Incoming batsman for Purple Cap, Sachin Shiani.
Sachin Shiani is the last batsman who is incoming for Purple Cap. He did his job as a bowler, young lad, but unfortunately he's got a mammoth task ahead of him.
Current run rate 14. Possible. It's still possible, but again, it depends. You've only have 1 wicket, and all the batters are just new on the crease.
We need more optimistic people like you, Dan Aquino. We really like your optimism. I would love it myself, but unfortunately, it looks like a mammoth task after losing 9 wickets. And look at the run rate. If it was 15-20 runs, not really having the pressure of run rate, it was a totally different game. But with this run rate creeping up, I don't think so.
Yes, sir. It has been a very good all-round show from Nairobi Capitals. Yes, they had a 100 second wicket partnership between Joseph Onyango and Mohit Jawa. And then after that, they struggled towards the end. But what has really made so much difference has been the way they're bowling, the way they've bowled. We just remember they had 20 runs, quick 20 runs in the first 2 overs of the match. And after that, when the wickets started falling, they've kept on falling. And now they're staring at the fate. You can just see the coach, David Tikolo, can't believe what is happening on his team. But to me, what I'll say is the first day, they still have more than 10 matches to play, if I'm not wrong. So it's a tournament of 8 teams. I'm sure they're going to play. They still have 6 more matches, and maybe if there's a second round, they're able to play that round. So there's still something for him to work on. They're going to go back and reflect what didn't work for us, especially in the first inning. Also, we remember Joseph Onyango was dropped 3 times, so that also brings a lot of difference on the final on the total, because by the time they were dropping him, Joseph Onyango, Jojo, and Mohit were putting on a 100 runs partnership. Mohit was also dropped twice, so things didn't work for them even when they were fielding. So it's something that they'll need to sit down and reflect and say, here is where we went wrong. We didn't bowl well, and that's
a direct hit. Umpire goes in for the third umpire. But this is some great fielding. The fielders look absolutely confident. The captain looks confident. He's even removing his gloves. The batsman from their body language looks like this could be curtains for the game. This could be curtains for the first game. And it would be Purple Caps who prevail. Unfortunately, Nairobi Capitals, sorry. I take your pardon, it's Nairobi Capitals who prevail and gets the first match under the belt. But we still wait for the decision, which is only a customary practice, waiting for the umpire signal. I don't think the players are waiting for it. They're already shaking hands. They already called it a day. And with us in the commentary box, this is Dan Aquino and Prasad Pariyaraj signing off after a great evening, the first day at the Shrika Chileva Patel Samaj Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Premier League T20 Season 2. We see you again, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow evening for the game against Dovu Crushers versus Hariom Titles. Till then, good night.
all good. Are you?
Yes. I have my car, yes. कल साथ में आएंगे. Give me a shout, I'll give you a shout.
That's the end of match number 1. Nairobi Capital wins by
Nice, good night.
54 runs.
They are not doing presentation.
Yeah, exactly. They have the presentation, yeah.
But they want to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us tomorrow for match number 2 between Logan Russian and Rio Titan at 7 p.m.
Jab aapki cause hai.